podcast reporter for chapter 6. Step 3, analysis of the situation. So there are three sub areas to be analyzed: the resources of the entrepreneur and the firm, the environment and the entrepreneur's values represented by the aspirations, goals, vision, and mission of the firm. Resource analysis this simply requires the would be entrepreneur to evaluate what knowledge, skills, materials, resources she has available to use in the business. Would be entrepreneur is an individual who creates a new business, bearing most of the risk, enjoying most of the rewards. So these resources are known as the 7 Ms: money or the funds, materials needed, manpower, the number of people to operate the business, machines, methods, management, and moment time. Example, if as would be entrepreneur, you have enough money to invest in the business, so that is a resource or a strength. If you have gone through a training program in meat processing, including longanisa making, that is another resources of strength. If you do not have the machinery and manpower to contribute to the business, you lack resources and therefore you are weak in the sense. Recognizing your strengths and weaknesses as a prospective entrepreneur will facilitate in preparing action plans to make use of the strengths and minimize the weaknesses. Environmental analysis. There are many factors or conditions in the environment which can affect your business that you are planning to set up. You may consider them as an opportunities or otherwise threats. There are many things in the environment which may either opportune or threatening your prospective business. This includes the economic situation. Income levels of the population affects the purchasing ability, and it can turn affect your potential sales revenue. So example, longanisa business in the slum areas. This is very affordable to the people living because it only costs 25 pesos in one pack for 5 pieces. So there's a possibility that your sales revenue would be higher. But if you're going to put up a business like S&R, it's not affordable and the price is very high. So there's a possibility that your sales revenue would be low. Second is the socio-cultural environment will indicate the preference of the prospective customers. Example, pork longanisa will not sell in the Muslim market. You can either try beef or chicken instead. Muslim people are not allowed or they do not eat pork. So the options is beef or chicken, longanisa. And then the third one is a technological environment. If good will enable one to make products cheaper, faster, of better quality, or packaged more attractively, hygienically, or sturdily. The political environment, which could affect the business climate in the locality, or actions taken by the government. And then the peace and order situation. So for example, if you're going to put up a 24-hour convenience store and the location is not safe at night or dawn time, because will be lots of robberies or snatching around that time, so it would be better not to operate 24 hours business. So it would be better if you operate from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. or from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. for your safety and for the safety of your customers as well. The physical climate in such foul weather conditions like the ones prevailing in Batanes and some parts of Bicol region are not conducive to agricultural and industrial operations. the ability of structure like roads, ports, harbors, and communication, transportation, and banking facilities will influence the cost and efficiency of business in a certain locality. So for example, if your business is very accessible, so there would be if it's very accessible kay daghan kaayo siya og kanang kuan, mas dali siya madumduman kay it's along national highway. So there would be possibility that the sales revenue would be higher because it would be easier for the consumer to locate your shop or your store. And then population trends where an increase and decrease will have implications on the prospective market or buyers for the business. The values analysis. Doing this requires entrepreneur to examine his aspirations or vision and mission about the business. Resource analysis tells us what the company is capable of doing at the start of business. In other words, it indicates what firm can do. Environmental analysis will tell us what firm we do, and the value analysis will tell us what the firm wants to do. Matching entrepreneur with a project. What the firm can do and what it wants to do, given the opportunities and threats facing it, do not always match. Therefore, a matching process is required. Matching process is done by preparing a detailed plan of functional areas of business, namely the marketing, the production, organization, and the finance. Market plan. In preparing the market plan, the person has to study the existing situation of the market, what the competitors are doing in terms of product or service lines, their promotional activities, the middlemen who are handling their products, and their pricing schemes. So, for examples, five computer shops across a university school, so you are one of them. So if you really want to compete your competitors, you have to do some research. For example, this is in my own opinion, you have to check the computer specifications that they have, whether it is the old models or the new models. Second is the computer applications that they are using, the games that they installed in their PCs, and what do most people play, the rate per hour, and then the promotions that they offer. So rate per hour, for example, your competitors rate per hour is 15, then you can lower it to 3 pesos, so you can lower it to 12 pesos per hour. So your sales revenue would be uh, would be would be higher, I guess, because and then next is the promotions. For example, your competitors is offering 3 hours plus 1 hour free. So what marketing strategy that you are going to do? So you have to compete. So 2 hours plus 1 hour free, which is very affordable to to the users or to the consumers. So your sales revenue would increase or would be higher. And then the production plan, the product specification, the production process. From the flow chart, you can see the step-by-step process. So this is an example for the longanisa making. The materials needed are the meat, the garlic, the onions, the spices, and the casing. So as you can see, these are the steps that you are going to follow to do the longanisa business. And then the production machinery in table 2, it is specified the machinery, the number, the unit price, and the total. So as you can see here, the for example, electronic meat grinder, 4 kilograms per hour. So The quantity is 1, the unit price is 10,000, and then the total is 10,000. The freezer, cheese type, number of the quantity is 1, and then the unit price is 12,000, the total is 12,000. Now that you have a list of the equipments, you can go ahead by making similar table for raw materials and other supplies. You can discuss the materials, then and where they are available. Some materials are seasonal, others are not. Number 5, next, describe the utilities such as water and light, location and layout, and waste disposal. For the location and layout, you'll need to make drawings. And then number 6, after describing the items needed for making longanisa, you may now prepare a production schedule with the help of this flowchart, how long each step takes. So, in number 7, given the production schedule, you can also determine your manpower requirements, including the skills required. A table of manpower requirements will also be useful. For example, position production supervisor. A number of persons needed is only 1, so duties is supervise the operations. And then worker 2, worker 1, 1 person, operator of the grinder. Worker 2, 1 person, operator of the mixer. You will also need a schedule for the inventory that will that you would like to keep for the raw materials and other supplies, as well as the finished products. So this is the example for table 4, lean pork, pork fat, spices, casing, and others. So the quantity, date in, the cost, the quantity, date out, the balance, and the date. Because I do believe that in longanisa business, FIFO should be applied. The first in, first out. Organizational plan. The organizational plan follows the marketing plan and the production plan. In writing the organizational plan, the first thing to do is to describe from the ownership of your firm, whether it is a sole proprietorship, partnership, corporation, or cooperative. Next, prepare the organization structure. This is usually organized in 4 functional areas: the marketing, production, finance, and administration. The organizational chart indicates the hierarchy or levels of the authority who is responsible for whom and who reports to whom. It also represents how the different tasks are grouped, divided among the various personnel. So I have here an example of organizational plan. So organizational unit A, position number 1, owner name, position number 2. So it has also arrow the job, the tasks. Position number 2, owner number 2, position number 3. So owner's name. So what are the tasks, the work center, and then below is the organizational structure, employment, the plan, and then the job plan, the task, the catalog, and the workplace catalog. And then the last one is the Gantt chart. Present the pre-operating activities. And then the pre-operating activities includes the preparation of the business plan, negotiation for financing, the construction of the building, preparation for the production, hiring of the personnel, and so forth. So as you can see in the Gantt chart, the task name, and then the quarter 1, quarter 2, and quarter 3. So for example, planning would fall on quarter 1 from January until the first month of quarter 2 until March. And then the research would fall on the second month of quarter, this is February, and the first month of first on the would fall on the second month of first quarter and the first month of second quarter. And then the design would fall on the second quarter. Would fall on the second quarter only. And then the implementation would fall on the last month of the second quarter, and then until the last month of third quarter. And then the follow-up would fall on the last month of the second quarter. Would fall on the third quarter from June until July. And that's the end of my report. Thank you.